Hello, different angle because, well, why not? It's one of those different angle kind of days. Let me get the mic in. I didn't think this through before I pressed the record button there. Okay, what we're going to talk about today? Well, I talked a lot yesterday about my idea around getting another FDM printer. That's still there. Definitely probably going to pick up the Elegoo Centauri carbon. It seems like the best one, although I am still looking at the Bamboo Labs solutions. I think it's the H2D would be really good. I think it's multi-filament as well, so you can print multiple colors at once. But again, it's just that space situation. Well, one thing that I've been thinking about, and certainly one thing that I'm missing in this room now, is the more I've been playing Warhammer. And I hear you say, but how could you play more Warhammer when that's all you ever really talk about and think about? Well, I need something to keep my mind off things. So yeah, deal with it. I want some bookshelves in here now. I've got this shelf kind of behind me, and I could put books on there. However, I like that being quite bare and out of direct sunlight, so the spines aren't fading. But I'm thinking perhaps I rejig this desk because it's effectively just where my cat sits. And at the moment, there is no need for this second desk here. So I'm thinking, give myself some space over to the side of me, put my books behind me, and there's nothing really in the drawers and such here. I just use it for like general storage. So if I get rid of some of the stuff that's in there, there's my auto queue and things like that, but I can move things around so things are a little bit more sensibly structured. One of the reasons being there, I've been reading a lot more of the fiction side of things in Warhammer. I do listen to a lot of audiobooks when I'm painting and hobbying and stuff, but there's something nice about having a physical book. And certainly as the editions progress and the business model of Games Workshop seems to be changing, they seem to be putting the narrative elements in the campaign books. So I don't really care about them being tied to an edition then. So whether it's the latest version of the game or whatever, the rules at that point don't interest me. All I'm interested in owning those books for is the artwork and the story inside. So I'm picking them up relatively cheap, maybe like between £3 to £8 per book, compared to the 40 quid when they come out. So that's really, really good. So I've just recently finished the Dawnbringer campaign books and reading all of that, which was kind of, it took us from one version of the game into the next, and all of these events that happened. And that was really nice to be able to sit down and to be able to read those and have a full understanding of it without investing 40, 80, 120, 160, 200 quid almost. I think they're a little bit cheaper than 40 before anybody calls me out, and they're like 37.50 or something. But yeah, effectively for the price of one book, I managed to get the entire series of 6 books. No, there was 6, not 5. So that'd been 200 odd quid, 240 quid, 235 quid total. And I think for all 6 of the books, I've paid something like 25, 30 quid. So yeah, but being able to have those out, easy access to them, because I do use them as well for reference in my other channels and hobbies and stuff, and it'd just be really nice to be able to just pluck them off the shelf and have them at a nice height. So that's definitely something that I'm thinking would be nice to kind of just change around a little bit and just have something within arm's reach. I do like that. The downside to this idea, however, is all of the cabling that I hide behind that cabinet. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. What brought it to mind was the conversation I had last night when I was playing. Well, in fact, we were painting. Had a hangout and hobby session with a friend, working on new armies, and we were talking about the lore and the books and how that is still a valuable part of the hobby. And it's not. Sometimes you feel guilty if you're not painting or playing the game, but it's so encompassing. It doesn't really matter. I suppose it's like similar to a mechanic reading about a new engine or a fisherman tying flies. It's still all part of that wider interest, isn't it? So yeah, that's where my head's at the moment, and we'll see how that progresses over the next couple of days. I need to give it a little bit more thought, but first things first, what I'm actually going to start getting through, hopefully this weekend, is getting the doors on my gaming desk downstairs sorted so that they're easily opened, so the wife and child can easily get into them. He's not going to trap his fingers anymore. The wife can actually use that space as well, because there's a significant amount of it under there now. And just to kind of clean things up a little bit, I think that would be nice. I've figured out how I can finally mount the doors and make them usable in that space. So that might be something that I crack on with. I only need a couple of bits of wood and some hinges to do it how I want, and then figure out a catch solution that looks nice and neat and tidy. So yeah, right, I'm going to leave it there, crack back on with my day, and perhaps I will talk to you tomorrow. I feel very lopsided as well. I don't know if it's just how I'm sat there. So yeah, that's the thing. Right, see you later. Toodles.